Hi, why don't you just state your name for the people and explain why you guys are out here today?
I'm Susie Spite McKinney. I'm with Castle Campaign to Abolish Statute of Limitations. We're here to represent our brother and sister survivors of rape and molestation. We're here to support the Cosby women as they prepare for another trial, April 2nd. And we're also here to hold the Oscars accountable for being complicit in rape and molestation amongst the women and the men.
What is your goal? Like, what do you want to happen in it ultimately?
Ultimately, well, we want to see Cosby go to jail. We want to see him go to prison, and we want to bring awareness. And we want to support all those voices who have not been heard to speak and find some freedom in solidarity.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm awesome. How are you doing today?
All right. So why are you guys out here?
I mean, along with trying to end the perpetuation of rape culture in popular media, we also have this Time's Up movement that it seems that everybody supports, yet we're still nominating and having perpetrators of these senseless acts win these awards, and it really just highlights that things aren't changing at a pace that they really need to be. We need to start, or I should say, we need to stop supporting this kind of behavior by nominating these criminals, really, and really reinforcing their behavior by saying it's okay, you can still succeed when doing these acts.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Why are you out here today?
Because I believe in equality, and I believe that nobody should be approached in an inappropriate way, and nobody should be touched in an inappropriate way, and that men and women need to understand how terrible these actions are.
Very true. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
To all of the Time's Up and Me Too activists, J-Lo's long-term manager threatened to kill me, then he drugged me and raped me at his home. His name is Benny Medina. At Benny Medina's home on Doheny, he threw a Christmas party on December 10th, 2004. Paris Hilton, her two parents, Richard and Kathy, my former agent, Daniel Hoff, Will Smith, and approximately 50 other guests were in Benny Medina's home that evening, the same evening Benny committed those crimes against me. Time's up, and Me Too activists. Please encourage these witnesses to speak out. At least they can say yes or no as to whether or not they were at Benny Medina's home Christmas party, December 10th, 2004. That's a start. I'm the victim that Benny Medina treated as if I were his property that evening in his home in front of all 50 guests. This was after he threatened to kill me if I ever did anything to displease him. Benny drugged me while all of the guests were there, and after most, if not all, of the guests had left the party, Benny raped me. J-Lo, I'm sorry for the position this puts you in with Benny, being so close to you as your manager, and so much more. But Benny has to answer for his crimes just like everybody else. I was just 20 years old at the time. Benny Medina was 46 years old. I want to thank everyone whom is supportive of my efforts for truth and justice, especially to my close friends and family who's been helping me so much of the way, and to my friends and family back east for their safety. That's as specific as I'd like to be.
For too many survivors, Time's Up is what they heard, that their time was too late to report their crimes. And we're here to say that's no longer the case, that Time's up on rape culture in the industry that silenced that man, our friend, and so many other survivors like him from reporting the true things that happened to them. we're done with that culture. We're so done. I'm so grateful for you all to join us today. We have one more speaker. I'd like to bring back up Lydia, who opened us today with a prayer to close us out. Thank you so much.
Good morning again. The Oscars, 90 Academy Award years. 45 years ago, Sacheen Littlefeather brought truth, which still rings true today. She didn't use her fists. She didn't use profanity. She used grace and elegance and the quiet strength as tools. I'm going to read her quote. When I walked onto the stage of the Academy Awards, the FBI was shooting Indian people at Wounded Knee. People on Pine Ridge Indian Reservation shot back and stand up for their innocent man murdered on the for sport. In 1973, murdering an Indian was like shooting a deer. There was no consequences. It was the way now for Indian women who are raped, murdered, and trafficked with no consequence for the men behind these crimes. She accepted the challenge because the FBI gave orders to have her arrested if she spoke up. She's the first woman of color to use the Academy Award platform for the injustices against Native Americans, indigenous people of this territory, Turtle Island, and around the world. So I ask you, 500 years that we have been treating Earth Mother disrespectedly, repeatedly raped, extractive industries continue to use and abuse her. I say for her, me too, time's up. Culturally, we are beholden to teach men not to rape, as my niece said, Brenda, that we have to believe Earth Mother, and then we will treat women with the dignity, respect, and smash patriarchy and misogyny in all languages. We're not men haters. We're not people haters. We are of love. We are related. When will we act as good relatives to each other? Thank you for your time.
Close it out with a chant. From Hollywood to the White House, we want predators out. From Hollywood to the White House, we want predators out. From Hollywood to the White House, we want predators out.
From Hollywood to the White House, we want predators out. From